Welcome, esteemed guests, to the Canvas Under the Sea collab, hosted by Azure, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, creator of Starbeat on, you guessed it, Webtoon Canvas. The theme was simply Under the Sea to give people more options, but since this is May, the month of mermaid, I thought it'd be fun to draw my webcomic characters as mermaids to participate. I don't like drawing legs, and mermaids don't require legs, so this should be easy. Right? Hello, yes, welcome. Remember that joke I made not 2 seconds ago about mermaids being easy to draw? Yeah, I was wrong. You are looking at the final version of the drawing, which did turn out somewhat good. But before that, I made this sketch, which was supposed to be just Lila as a mermaid, but there was something really off about it, so I just scrapped it. I decided to play around with some new ideas, some different compositions. By the time I was rethinking how I was going to do this, a bunch of people have already submitted their entries. I noticed that a lot of them were doing their main ships of the comic. Now, I'm not sure if it was because it was a romance comic to begin with or because it was fun, but I decided to play around with that a little bit. And I came up with this doodle from my sketchbook, which I just decided to bring it to the final version with some changes, of course. And as it's customary for me, I'm not simply translating their old designs into mermaid designs. I'm making brand new stuff, a whole AU, for a canvas collab, because I'm not able to contain myself. The ones featured in this drawing are none other than Lila, Carter, and soon to be... Lila is our main protagonist as well as an S-class superhero, very fancy, very cool. And I decided to translate that status by making her a princess in this AU. So I gave her some more fancy attire, including a crown and a pearl necklace. I ended up making her face unamused again, because at this point it's just her signature face. And I played around with making her hair even more flowy than it already is, even more fluffy than before. Drawing fluffy hair is always a treat. And I added some swirls at the end of her tail as an homage to her portal design. The rabbit design, as you may have guessed by the nickname I gave her, is already really bunny related, so in order to translate that into a sea theme, I decided to make her a sea bunny. Unfortunately, that's all I did. It's just a sea bunny recolored to have the rabbit's colors. But the rabbit's design itself is already pretty simple. I didn't think it needed much more than that. So it ended up being there just as a silly little Easter egg. As for Carter, I had a really specific idea of what I wanted to do with him. With him being introduced as a thief in the webcomic, I think it'd be really fun if his merman version stole from human boats, and whatever cool things he finds, he just wears them himself. So I gave him a pirate sash and an arm protector. I honestly didn't think I would manage to translate the asymmetrical sleeves into a mermaid design, since I was just planning for him to have no shirt, but I think the arm protector does the job really well. As for the tail, I knew there was a creature called the electric eel, which can actually electrocute you. It's a kind of fish. I know, terrifying. It would be perfect for this design. But I looked it up and... I'm sorry if anyone's a fan of electric eels, but they wouldn't be my first choice for designing a mermaid's tail. I designed Carter's tail kinda like an electric eel, but I took a bunch of liberties there. With the sketch done, the line art went by smoothly, except for the fact that I almost forgot to make line art for the sea bunny. You may have noticed that I started doing the line art for the pearl necklace and then gave up on it. That's because I ended up changing my mind. I decided to do the whole line art first, and then draw and render one pearl so I can use it everywhere else, just to save up some time. Thanks to my reference sheets, base coloring was smooth sailing, pun intended, and as for shading and rendering, I just went with my classic cel-shaded style. For full illustrations like this, except for times when I want the shadow to be an actual specific color, I mostly just drop multiply layers entirely. I use multiply layers on my webcomic since it's way easier to render pages like that, but when there's no need to be that fast or when there aren't that many stuff to render, I just prefer it that way. It gives me more control of the colors. To be honest, I had no idea what I was doing to render the tail. I just slapped on some airbrushes and some details until I thought it looked good. I thought it'd be fun to add yellow details to the purple side of the tail and then purple details at the yellow side of the tail, so that's what I did. And with all that being done, all that was left is adding an under the sea background, which I have never done before. Again, I had no idea what I was doing, but this time I didn't think it looked that good just freestyling it, so I looked up an actual tutorial. I found one by Pengo Art, which was really useful and really helped amp up the vibe, and it shall be linked in the description. And that's our piece done! Remember to check out the Under the Sea collab through the link in the description, and while you're in there, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for staying this far, enjoy the final reveal, and until we meet again. Set your course for tales untold, where mermaids sing and pirates hold. From stormy seas to treasure gleam, thank you for sailing to our dream. I'll try my best with the voice acting, okay?